Okay, so for the first video here, this is just running on a small media player. The TV is powered on and off with this center button here. And that silver thing dangling there is the media player. In the event that the media player is off, you can turn it on by pressing where that little white light is. Just press that and it should pop right on. The video will automatically play once it boots up in about 2 minutes. But typically the screen should just be turned on and off and the computer can be left running indefinitely. That's probably the easiest solution. The bird noises here are played from a small speaker in the back of this log. Now this speaker is actually getting a Bluetooth signal from the media player that is here with the bird migration video. So behind this wall, which is screwed in, there is a small computer with a Bluetooth receiver that's playing the audio to this. So if this were to stop playing, the first thing to check would be that the speaker itself is powered on. Step 2, check to make sure that it is synced, so that Bluetooth light should be on, meaning that it has a connection. If both of those are true but it's still not playing, unfortunately what needs to happen is this panel needs to come off and the media player in there likely needs to be restarted. This also has HDMI cables along the back and power which run back to the player. The same is true of the B video, however the B video doesn't have any audio. The ambient bird noises are played from 2 speakers. One is located on the left tree. The silver knob there is volume. The solid white light indicates that it has an active Bluetooth connection. If that light is blinking or off, it is no longer connected to the media player. Currently, the knob is at 100%, so in order to adjust the volume up, you would need to do that on the media player itself, which I will show you in just a moment. But if you were to adjust it down, which typically shouldn't be done, that can be turned counterclockwise. It has a connection to the other speaker, which is located on the right tree. However, this doesn't have any controls. It's just playing the other audio channel from that speaker. The media player for the ambient bird audio is located here on the staircase. And that player might actually change in the future, but it will be an identical micro PC, and essentially it's just running an audio file on a loop. It shouldn't really need to be messed with, but that's where it is in case it gets turned off or something. The wildlife camera projector is playing media from a player on top of it. The player is located on the left side. This player should automatically turn on when it receives power and boot to desktop and play the video. However, if it doesn't turn on for some reason, the power button is on the front facing the wall. You can see it glowing blue there. You can just press that in and it'll automatically boot and begin playing the video. To power cycle this, if it does get stuck, all you need to do is unplug the plug from the wall here. That'll unplug both the projector and the player. And when you plug it back in, they will both come on. The projector might not come on. There is a remote for the projector, or you can just press the power button on the left side of the projector. The computer should automatically boot. And in most instances, if there's some issue with this video, it can be solved by simply unplugging from the wall behind the logs here and plugging it back in. Although you may need to manually power on the projector, the computer will power itself on. This is the remote for the white projector in the map room. White projector in the map room, and it's going to live on this tray in here. This is in the storage room, which is next to the kitchen at the end of the hallway here. It's the kitchen, storage room. You need a mouse and keyboard to use any of the computers. Typically, you should contact me before, but if it's something very simple that you know how to do, there's one on this cart here. There's a mouse and keyboard. The map has all of its computer parts back in this box here. Please contact me if there's an issue and I will come and fix it. This is pretty delicate back here. However, these cables run down beneath this part of the flooring and out to the 2 touchscreens here. So if either of these touchscreens have an issue, there are 2 plugs on each touchscreen. There's a USB-C plug here, which provides power to the touchscreen, and it also sends the touch signal back. And there's an HDMI cable, mini HDMI cable, that provides video. to both screens. So these each have 2 plugs on them, and both plugs need to be plugged in for them to work. In the event this isn't working right, or if you need to, for some reason, access the desktop of the computer, you can go to this bottom left-hand corner and keep just swiping a few times. It takes a bit to get it right. There you go. And that'll bring up the menu. Now, this little icon here is Unity, and that's what's actually running the map program. So that should be on. If it's not, what you're going to do is open up this folder here, and it is called Descanso Map. Descanso Map 65A, Descanso Map 65A, you press this to launch it, and it should launch right into the program. To go back, just tap on the screen, and it'll go back to playing. You can also contact me if there's any issues. The Joanna Turner video is played from a small media player located in the back of this log here. It's this. This is also designed so that when it receives power, it automatically turns on, it will boot to the desktop and begin playing the video. So in the event there's an issue, all you really need to do is unplug this here, plug it back in, give it 3 or 4 minutes, and it should all work great. Now this is connected to these speakers via Bluetooth. So you make sure that these are paired. If these were to become unpaired, you might want to try pressing the Bluetooth pairing button here. The volume can also be adjusted with this knob right here.
Because it's a bit of an island, which is what they need.
The camera trap is powered by a small PC, which is located in this log. It feeds to this webcam here. The webcam does need to be positioned properly. It is focused in, so there are 3 knobs on the webcam: brightness, focus, and zoom. If the image is looking really bad, these can be adjusted until it looks correct, although it's a little difficult without having somebody in the cage to constantly give feedback. So you should contact me and I'll show you an easier way to do it. It does need to exit out of this program and open up the webcam app on the desktop to adjust that properly. The sensor that is triggered is right here. It's a depth sensor. So when somebody comes through, it just reads a depth. And when that depth changes, it knows that somebody's here. It runs back around here, through here. This is a connection here and down through the side under this mat to the computer back there. So in the event that this sensor is not triggering, make sure that all the connections are good, especially this one here, which is a USB connection, USB to USB. This is a USB extender cable here. Okay, we're now in the night music room. Now the night music projector is here on the wall, and the computer that is running the video sits right behind it, right here. You can see all the cables coming out of it. This again is designed to just power on when it receives power, but for some reason, if it doesn't turn on, the power button is right there. You can tap it right there, and it'll launch the video automatically once it boots up. The projector should be power cycled, ideally every night, but certainly at least once or twice a week. This is the button here. You really should not turn off the PC ever, just let that run forever. This button though, you can just press it once and it's going to turn the projector off, and then in the morning press it again, projector will take a second to come on, and this will be running, so it'll just jump immediately to wherever it is in the video and keep playing. So this is a 10-minute show. There are 7 minutes of content, which is what we're watching right now, and then there are 3 minutes of Aurora holding waiting, and then 10 minutes again of 7 minutes again of the video. So it's repeatable every 10 minutes. The stars on the wall here that fill in the gaps are from these small planetarium, home planetarium projectors. These are very simple. They're powered by USB-C. One of the things you want to be aware of, if for some reason these are turning off, there are these little light right here. That's the timer. So this should be off. We don't want it to ever turn off. So if it is turning off, this middle button, which is kind of hard to see, is under the tape. My finger's on it right now. You can press that, which starts the rotation, and that should also turn the timer off. The power button is here on the right underneath the tape. There are 2 of these. The other is located here on the shelf. There are also 2 speakers. So there's a speaker here, and there is a speaker in the corner over here.
Our early ancestors came to this realm.
This is the speaker. I put black tape over it. If you want to go down on the volume, there's a little plastic minus and a plastic plus to go up on volume. If it becomes disconnected from the other speaker on either side, pull this black tape back. There are 2 lights here. One is power, and the other is the connect. So this is what's used to link the 2 speakers together. If that's off or flashing, they're not connected. It's really easy. You just press this button here, and then on the other speaker, which is on the shelf, press the same button and they'll sync up.